Hey, I'm Tony from Out Workshop, and I'm here to play a little bit of our game Into the Slimy Mines. So I'll just choose New Dig. At the start of every dig, you get to pick like what your main base is. I'll just take the normal one, and you pick a level. We've got different biomes, and each biome has like different levels in it. So I'll just start off with that. It shows you some goals of what you're trying to do. I'll explain some of this bit as we're going on. So in each level in Into the Slimy Mines, you are trying to rescue one of your crew. You're the captain of a dwarven space mining program. Well, here's one of your little fellas there as well. He helps you out a bit. So you can see I've got, that's my crew, that's where I've got to get. This is my home base. And my home base is on some gold, so it's going to generate me a bit of money. But at the start of every dig, you get a booster pack with a bunch of beginning cards. And which cards you get depends on which guild you're in, which is part of like the sort of depth of the game, like each of the different drills. There's 3 different guilds that focus on like kind of different areas of the game. But maybe that's getting a bit ahead of things. So you use your cards to, it's a tower defense game, and you're using your cards to build out the path that the enemies are going to come from. So enemies at the start of every wave will come from these vents here, and you can extend that out by using dig cards. So I take these dig cards here, for example. I can take this, and what I need to do is if I attach one of the vents on this to an existing vent, like that, me dwarves will do a bit of digging. We'll extend that to the lab. And what I'm aiming for is to get to this, because this is a really good, this ore seam will help me generate more money. And it's money that I need, because every wave you go into the shop and you buy yourself like your new cards. So it's a card game, but it doesn't have the sort of deck progression flow of your draw pile and your discard pile. Placing cards down uses them. So what I'm going to do is dig out here. I dug over that ore seam, so that got me a little bit of money. But now what I can do is I can place a drill on top of that. If I place a drill on top of that, now every wave, that will make me a little bit of money, assuming that it doesn't get destroyed by the enemies. So I'll also stick down a couple of turrets. The auto repair is kind of like a basic machine gun almost thing, and the shotgun. And you can see as you're placing things down, like that big yellow circle is the range that they can shoot over, so you can kind of plan out, okay, that's going to cover most of those doorways, that's going to cover a lot of the doorways as well. That's cool. And yeah, so I think I'm quite happy with that for first turn. I can see the slimes that are going to turn up in this first turn are just basic run-of-the-mill average slimes. So when I'm happy, click next wave, and the slimes are incoming. So they kind of pick different doorways to come from, and like you'll get a group come from one door and then a group come from a different door, and they overlap a little bit. And you can see as they come up to my things, because I'm placing things in the pathway that the enemies can come from, they're able to attack my stuff. That's very important. And at the end of every wave, your dwarves come out, and everything that was a bit damaged gets fixed up. Everything apart from your main drill, that is. So your main drill has got this health bar here. If that gets to 0 health, that's it. That's game over. So at the end of that wave, I generated a bit of money. So now pop into the shop and buy some new things. So I've got a shotgun, another auto repeater, a demolish card for getting rid of things, a lure that attracts slimes, power generator, snowballer that fires snowballs that will slow things and can freeze them, and other dig cards as well. And also you can always buy, there's always a booster pack in there. So if you're wanting to risk your luck a little bit, you can kind of say, okay, this contains 3 common cards. So in fact, I'll buy that as an example. So 3 common cards. Let's see what we've got. So we've got a gun, a drill and a freeze gadget card. And gadget cards can't be played during the building phase because what would you want to freeze? There are no enemies here. But these can be played during the wave. So these are kind of like ways that you can interact with stuff in the middle of combat. So one thing that I did when I was building this out is I made a bit of a mistake here because you can see there's a doorway here, there's one of the vents, and this is right next to my base. So I kind of need to build this out because you don't want to leave doors really close to your base. So what I'm looking for is something that will fit quite nicely. I don't really, there's nothing there at the moment that will fit that very well. So I'm going to place down some of the things that I've got here, and I don't have anywhere else to dig that I could place my drill. But one of the things that you can do in Into the Slimy Mines is, this is a level 1 drill. You can see it says drill.1. It's a level 1 drill as well. You put a level 1 drill onto a level 1 drill, you'll create a level 2 drill, which you can see there, it's got twice the amount of armor. It mines a bit more gold every turn, and it uses up a bit more power. And so in terms of power, you can see I've got a power bar here. 7's my maximum power at the moment. 4 is how much power my things are using. So the my standard drill, this generates 7 power. I can generate more power if I place this power generator down. See, now I'm generating 12 power. And if you place things and you're using up more power than you're generating, it just means that some of your things further up the level will stop working. So I'm going to stick this down. I'm going to upgrade my auto repeater. Similar sort of thing. And I'm going to, my upgrade card here, it will upgrade any level 1 building into a level 2 building. So this is quite a powerful card. I don't want to use it yet. I could upgrade my stubby shotgun to protect my base a little bit, but I'm fine for the moment. So away we go. Dwarves are running into the base, and here come more slimes. And in these early waves as well, like if you feel like all of your defenses are well placed and you don't really have any worries, you can also speed things up a bit. There's actually, you can go up to four times speed as well. So we've got more money there. I'm still not getting the the dig cards that I would really like. I've got some more gadgets and crossbow, but look, so this uses borite. There are 2 kind of currencies that you use during your digs. You've got gold and you've got borite. Borite is harder to find. It's a bit rarer, but it has more uses, like for the more expensive stuff. So because this is a legendary crossbolt, like level 3 crossbolt, that costs quite a lot of borite. And also borite can be used to re-roll the shop contents. The shop contents re-rolls at the start of after every wave, like the start of every building turn. And the other thing you can do is you can lock cards. So if I kind of say, okay, well, I'm going to save up for this one and I'll have enough money for it next turn, kind of thing, you can lock it so that it won't re-roll. I think what I'm going to do for the time being, does that solve my problem here? No, you see, that doesn't solve my problem here because that doorway would still end up sticking out into this space. What I'm going to do is I'll place that down. Oh, found another gold seam. That's useful. And, oh, hang on, this dig card here, this is going to be cool. So if I place this here, because it's connecting up with 2 sets of doors, it's connecting up with that vent and that vent. I'll connect all of that together. So I'm starting to make a nice thing. Oh, and look, I found my first borite theme. So that's good. That's useful. And then the other thing that you can see that's popped up here is a bone. So there are often obstacles on your way as you're digging through. You can use upgrades that you get from playing the game quite a long time, allow you to upgrade your digging strength. So you would actually kind of, if you come back to these levels much later on, you can kind of dig through them, but not at the moment. So what have we got here? I kind of need to dig out toward, I want to dig out towards that. There's the gold seam above that as well. What have we got that would help for that? And that would help for that. Oh, hello. That's exactly what I need. So, for this space down here, I can place this here, move that vent around, and now there's just a little bit more space before things start hitting my drill. None of these things, because of the layout of the doors here, those aren't super useful. But what I'm going to do is place that there, I think, here. Oh, hello. There's more and more borate around here. Well, this is doing very, very well, isn't it? Look at that. I can dig out a lot of stuff. What can I get that can go up there? Can I afford that? Right. That's okay. Build that out there. Put out there. Do you know what else I saw that there was here? Oop. Dig that up there. Look at that. I need to. So we've got some good digging going on. Certainly managed to dig my way quite far out. I need to get some more drills going up in this space, but I can't afford that one. So what I'll do is I'll lock that off. I can get it later. Any other? There is actually a piece that you can get that would fit these perfectly and connect them all up. But it's quite rare. So we'll just fire off the next wave. We'll work for all of these. Back the speed up. You can see also now, because we've got more doorways, the chances of enemies spawning from this one door that is quite close to my base, quite low. Little fella there. Quartermaster for my ship. Just reminding me I need to dig up towards this to rescue my crew member, and that'll be the end of the level. So let's see. Well, what was I saying last time? It's exactly the piece that we need that would fit here. So of course I'm going to get that. I would be crazy not to. Look at that. Bam. 3 doorways gone in one go. Now what we've got here is quite a nice roomware. If I buy that drill, that takes up a lot of my money. So what I'm going to do is go a little bit safer, a little bit quieter. Stick him. Where is he going to go? There, I'll pop him on some gold. This is a bit where I always kind of get stuck with that. Oh, what am I wanting to do? What am I needing to do? Also need to get this doorway. I'd quite like to get this doorway. What I can do actually is I can use this displacer. This is quite a good thing. The displacer is like it's a teleport. So any enemies that go and touch it, when it fires, it teleports them back to the vent that they came from. So that can be quite useful for clearing areas. And I think that's what I'm going to put. I think I'm going to put it here. So if by any chance any enemies kind of get through here and get past my shotgun here, they'll come through and there's a good chance they'll go bloop and get teleported back there, and it'll just give my shotgun a little bit more time to react and to do its thing. Funnily enough, the combination of the ores up here and where the ore seams are, it's like I can place my drills on top of them, but I kind of need some good weaponry. I'm just going to... I've got that. I'm just going to re-roll the shop. Oh, here we go. So what I can do here is I can afford an auto repeater. I could afford a level 2 auto repeater. That's pretty good. That's exactly what I can afford. Right. I'm going to risk this a little bit. I think putting this right next to the doors a bit dangerous. I'll upgrade it so it's got extra armor. Now I'm going to stick my auto repeater think here. Now the other thing, I'm up to my limit on my electricity, so I can't afford the power generator. I think this is me done for this turn. I'll come in next turn and buy some extra stuff. Let's see how we're doing now. Speed up a touch. Oh yeah, look at this. This is doing alright. Oh, my teleport is kicking in. Teleporting them back. And the teleporter actually has quite a high crit damage and a decent crit chance. So what happens here is anytime that the displacer teleports an enemy back, it causes damage, but also it can crit them. And so you do like twice the amount of damage. Right, where are we going here? What's in the shop? Oh, almost a big old crossbow. Could afford this drill that I saved up for. Let's do that, but also remember I need a power generator. Can I fit another drill up there? Could fit another drill around here. Right, let's try this. It's quite a good dig piece as well. So that's super useful for closing off, like if you have a couple of doorways just right next to each other. Put me a power generator down here. Now, in this level, obviously it makes sense to pop all your power generators kind of down behind your main drill. But as you progress through the game, like other levels, so on both of these, on this level, both of the doors, like both of the enemy vents started pointing upwards in the same direction. But if you imagine if your starting area had enemy vents in every direction, kind of, it starts to become a bit more complicated as to where you're going to dig. What have I got? Do you know what? I'm going to chance this. I fancy getting that auto repeat. I might just save that for next turn. Don't think I can get anything that I particularly want there. So let's see how wave 5 goes. Speed things up a little bit. I'm a bit worried for this guy up here has got a lot of climbs to defend against. Actually, just going to pop the sound effects down a little bit on that. Just as the battle rages on. Don't want the sound to be too much. Oh, look at that. That's a lovely bit of business. All my drills survived. But look what's going on here. Next wave, we've got new enemies turned up. The Slimoid Spitter. So this is a ranged enemy. Attacks everything. Not basic enemy. But that can attack things from a distance, which is not great for me. So what do I want to do here? How do I want to play this? Oh, damage boost. Increases a single turret's damage by 10%. Increases it by 10%. That's pretty good. Common turret booster. The other thing I'm thinking is I do need to keep working up towards this to try and trigger the boss and see what we can get. So I think I'm going to go for the variety boost. Epic variety booster. So it contains 4 cards and at least 1 epic card, and it contains a perk. So perks are like this up in the top left here, that are your passive abilities. You know what? I'm just going to stick this around here. It can help defend some of my other stuff. Just in general, I think that's going to help out. Okay, we've got some basic stuff. I'm not sure that I want this displacer. Displacers aren't so great against ranged enemies because the ranged enemies will basically just stand away from it and pelt it. It can't do that well. So what I'm going to do actually is, because I'm not keen on that, I'm going to use my recycle. So you can trash some things and sell them and get a little bit of money back. It's not loads, but you know, it was a level 1, fairly basic card. Right, I'm just going to stick some more turrets down in general. Oh no, too many turrets, look. We've run out of power. So we're using too much in the way of power there. I need to get myself a power generator. And power generators, like everything else, come in 3 flavours. You get the upgraded ones. That will keep going. That requires 1 power. Let's just get that. Should we see what's in this variety booster? Oh, all right. Now I got a perk in this as well. So I've got a slow gadget, another decent dickhead, a lure. Lures, the basic levels of lure, like the first 2 levels of lure, don't even use any power, so they're quite good. Rich. All projectile turrets do 1% extra damage for every 5 gold you have. Which, we don't have loads. But you know, it means if we keep digging out. Right, I'm going to use that to upgrade that. I'm also going to just stick a lure in the middle here. What that's going to do is, enemies within that range there will just try and attack that. And at the same time, all my turrets around that should be able to give them a fair old beasting, I think. And what are we going to do here? So, I almost didn't use my rich ammo. Let's just use that. There we go. So we've got rich ammo, level 1. All projectile turrets do extra 5% of damage. So you can see that when I'm hovering over things, the damage on these auto repeaters has increased by a little bit. It's not loads, like I said. I don't have loads of money. I've got even less now. But that's fine. I can't build that out there. That's a bit of a shame. You know what? I'll dig that there. I'll take an extra little bit of cash on it. Right. Let's see how we get on with these ranged enemies that are going to come for me. Okay. You can see them attacking this here. That's fine because they're well within range of this auto turret here. And if you ever as well decide that you're kind of stuck, you can completely pause battle at any time. So we can see here, these enemies and these ranged enemies are attacking my lure. I think they might just be slightly out of range of that. Oh no, there you go. This is the plan. This is the plan working. The lures are tempting stuff. These things are taking care of business. Lovely. Epic variety booster. Do I want my epic variety booster? Because the thing is now, I'm starting to get that's a decent amount of money being made. This is starting to really advance my boost. Good. What we've got here. Could get that. 25 a turn. I feel like I'm making plenty of money right now. What I want to do. Get a little bit more. I'm actually going to build my generators up around here a little bit because I feel better positioned around there. And in the same way that you can put level 1 onto level 1 to make level 2, you can put level 2 onto level 2 to make level 3, which is the top level of things. And makes the fire a lot better. I think I'm just going to stick with these for now. Let's see. Right. Wave 7. Do I want to trigger the boss at wave 7? I don't think I do. I'm going to leave it a couple more waves. Hopefully blast through a few waves here just to get these things going on. This is all good. Plans all working. See, here we go. Everyone's taking care of those things. We're building up a nice, now because I've got a decent amount of money, I'm starting to build up nice amount of bonus damage from things, which I'm quite a big fan of. The only thing that I want... Ah, here we go. This is the thing that I was thinking. Mind. Getting a snowballer involved. So these fire snowballs, basically, that when they hit enemies, they will inflict a slowed status effect on the enemies, but they could also, like, they have a small chance of freezing the enemies. I think if I stick something like that around here, a bit here, there or there, even there, then things can possibly attack that from a bit further away than the cover area of my other turrets. No, I think that might be fine. Let's see what happens. So that's going to start hoping to freeze stuff, and when the enemies are slowed down, that can give my turrets more time to do their business. Booster. Level 1 shotty. You know what? I'm going to buy this level 2 shotty. I can get crossbow. I've got to. I think I might need some more power at that point. So much for saving up. Crossbow, big, slow, powerful. Targets whichever enemy has the most health, and it also pushes through targets. It penetrates targets. Look at the range on that. Bam. Yes, please. The only thing I'm worried about here is that if ranged enemies come out of here, they'll shoot it. I'm going to stick you up there. Yeah, I'm starting to upgrade some of my generators down here. Right, let's see how we get on. Okay, we've got some good... Oh, you can see... So you could see there, these enemies slowed down. And one of them actually got frozen there. So you can see, sometimes you can see other enemies, you'll get like a little kind of snowflake icon, and that means that they're completely frozen. Oh, look at this. Yes, please. Right, I think wave 9, is that a good time to attack the boss? Do we feel like we're ready for the boss? Do we feel like we want a few more things? Oh, we'll get a repair, because that is useful. In fact, that's a repair too as well, so it'll repair buildings by 25, 250 points, which is pretty good for a boss, if the boss turns up. Displacer. Let's do Displacer here. Right. So, to claim this and to try and rescue my friend, I need to place this dig card over the top. If I dig over it, and you get a little warning, first time you try and do this, dig in here, summons the boss slime next wave. This is the point of no return. Are your defenses ready? I think our defenses are ready. Yeah. Oh. Here we go. We've dug it out. There's a big old hole where the boss slimes emerge. I hope you're ready. And what boss have we detected? The Slimoid Queen, gigantic slow-moving slime, will periodically spawn more slimoids. That might be bad. Does generate a lot of additional slimoids. Let's see how we go on, shall we? Death or Glory. That's the dwarf wave. So in a boss wave, you'll get regular enemies will come out as usual, and then at some point the boss will spawn. I'm quite optimistic that our ballista might help out here. Slimo Queen spotted. Okay, okay. The teleport might do some good business as well. We can make sure all of the other enemies are done. Do I want to freeze anyone? Here we go. Right, I'm going to freeze. Boom! Blast him! Blast him! Get him! Slime Queen periodically becomes invincible and then spits out a whole load of regular Slimoids. It's fine. Our snowballer turret's frozen it for a little bit. This is good news. We're doing alright. We've got it down to half health. We're giving it a solid kicking. A little bit worried about these little guys coming out. But it's been distracted by our lure. Look at that. It's almost gone. Come on. Come on. There's some much bigger enemies turning up that it's spawning. Oh. Ah! We got it! Well done, team. Squish that bad boy. Mop up. And we squish the Slime Queen. Lovely. Survived for 9 waves. So we get like a little dig report. How did we do? We got a good score. That has been added to our guild ranking. So, you know, we're halfway towards the next rank on the Anvil Guild. That's pretty good. Added our turret suit. All repeaters. Lovely. Crossbows. Didn't do as much as I'd hoped, but then we did only put it in right towards the end. Slime Spitter. Look at that. The ranged enemy was the worst one. And we rescued our pal, which is good. So, our objectives for that level were rescue our pal, mine 1,000 gold in a day count. We didn't manage that one. Never mind. We've maybe done some other stuff here. We've not quite finished anything else, but you can see these objectives are basically like things that you're going to unlock. Like add-ons for your drill, new drills, all of that kind of stuff. Unlock the data bank because I am playing the very start of the demo. Got a dig goal from rescuing our crew member, which has meant that we've unlocked a new dig site, the Humid Hatchery, depth 1. Oh, we get a little chat. So forges your spaceship's computer. Every now and again, get a little message. There you go. So that's the data bank that we've just unlocked. You can see all of the crew here. It's me. It's the quartermaster that was chatting to us. It's the computer. That's the fellow we've just rescued. And then this will show you kind of like, oh, the slimes that you've encountered, which cards are locked, which cards you've seen or used. Gives you player statistics for those. There's a thing that will show you all of the goals that are in the game, like all of the goals. What have you done and what haven't you done? And how well you're doing. The progress on each guild. Overall, like what you're better at buildings, what kind of damage have you been doing. Damage types, that's something that doesn't come up in the tutorial particularly, but there are different types of slime, different types of damage. Yeah. So you can see now, when we go back here, we've unlocked a new dig. Because we got 1 dig goal from completing that. If only I'd have mined a bit more gold in that dig, I would have managed to get an extra dig goal. So I need to do 3 dig goals in total to unlock that. But probably, like by completing this level, and if I manage to mine 250 borite in that level, I would unlock the next location. So thanks very much for watching. That's Into the Slimy Mines. The demo's available now. Go give it a play. Thanks very much.